All right, YouTube, guys, girls, older people, younger people, everybody in between. You guys know the intro. You know the deal. What is going on? How are you beautiful people doing? Now, as a bit of disclosure, if I look a little tired, it is because I am a little tired. I know I am Asian, but yeah, I woke up pretty early this morning. But anyways, felt inspired to make this video, and nonetheless, we are going to run with it. So we have beautiful golden hour, finished an Americano, no Kuro. We're going to run with it. Hope you guys dig this composition, especially because I look so slouched in my chair. I'm a little tired, but I love having these talks with you guys, you creators. So nonetheless, regardless, it brings joy to me making these. So, regardless if I'm, a little tired or super awake, I'm going to create these. Anyways, guys, without further ado, this video is speaking of, and I'll explain why I got inspired to make this, of 3 ways to market yourself as a content creator, or how to market yourself as a content creator, in 2019, 3 steps. I'm not sure exactly the title I'm giving this, but how to market yourself as a content creator. And now, disclosure, context, why did this kind of, spark my interest? Well, that was because right here on this table, maybe a few hours ago, I was talking to a good friend who is a fellow content creator. I won't exactly say the name. You guys have seen him on the vlog once before, so he's not a common person, but he was on the vlog once before, and he did something with music, and it's not Philip, so I'm not going to say exactly who it is. And he's I'm not going to say who it is because I'm going to let him release his stuff when he releases it. But he's basically about to release a. Can I say this? Yeah, I think I can say this. I'm not saying who it is. He's about to release a song, a really good song with the music video, and it's he's releasing it, I believe, in less than a week. And he came over today to ask me a few questions, or kind of just to ideate for us both to bounce ideas back and forth on the best way that he can market this video, or this music video, of the myriad of ways. He's a content creator. David, how do I market myself? It's his first time releasing this, big song. He's written songs in the past, but this is the first almost debut album, but, obviously of just one song. So he's wondering, hey man, what do I do? And that kind of got me thinking. We had a good chat, and that kind of inspired me for this video to, and by the way, in the last video, if you saw a broom chilling there, yeah, my bad. I didn't see that till later. But in this video, guys, we're speaking to you guys as content creators. Maybe you're wondering the same thing. Maybe you're just starting to get on YouTube, or maybe you've been on YouTube for a while, and you're about to launch your first, maybe your first short film, or a music video, or a clothing. I've worked with tons of designers, guys, clothing designers. Maybe you're about to launch a new cool backpack, or a pair of jeans, or a product, or whatever it is, and you're kind of just wondering, what would be the best way to market this? Now, full disclosure, I am not a market expert. Clearly not. I don't work in a bank, or I'm not claiming that or anything like that. I'm just going to let you know what I've done myself, what I feel works with myself and the circle that, I'm associated with as far as content creators through my many trials and errors and screw-ups, okay? So take this with a grain of salt if you don't want to take it. There is no harm in that. But we've broken it down into 3 easy, digestible sections. Very simple, and I'm going to explain right now. So, number 1, to market yourself as a content creator. Regardless of what style or type of content creator you are, you can be into fashion, you can be into food, drinks, dance, music, art, photography, does not matter. The first way to market yourself before you do, that is to, 1, create a product, okay? Now, this is the first step because that's the first step. You have to create a product, and it's really that simple. So I was about to say his name. In his case, the product was a song or a music video. In my case, maybe it is a course. Maybe it is a music video myself, or a video project, or whatever it is. That's number 1. Create it, okay, and create it good, because this is going to lead on to the other 2 tips down the road. But the first one's to create a product, and the best way, and I just finished up a podcast speaking all about this, so if you guys have heard that, then maybe you know what I'm going to say, but the best way to market yourself is to have a good product, or at least a product that you yourself believe in, right? I'm not saying it has to be amazing, because a product itself is going to be very subjective. It's going to be taken upon differently through different people. So I may watch the music video or the song, and maybe my preference is not in that style, but that doesn't really matter. So it's not so much how other people perceive it per se. It's more so you yourself being proud, being happy, being fulfilled with that product, okay? Because that's really all you can do. Not everyone's going to like the product. Not everyone's going to like the article of clothing. It's just not it's not going to be in everyone's taste, and it shouldn't be. So number 1 is to create a product that is good to you, right? That's very important. That is good to you, because all that matters at the end of the day is yourself. You know, if you're ideally going to be your hype man or your marketer or wondering how to market, it's going to be very difficult, and this is why I said this is number one. It's going to be very difficult to market a product that you are not very proud of or in. You know, notice how I didn't say, or I take it back if I did say it, it doesn't have to be a good or a bad product per se, because externally how they perceive it is not really up to you, but it's something you're proud of. So as an example, I just finished creating a couple creator courses, which are hour to hour and a half in-depth creator courses, the internal and external creator courses, as well as the website and business creatorcoachingacademy.com, that I worked pretty damn hard on, and I am very proud of it myself. You know, I know how much work went into that, I know how much value I put into that, and I know how much value it will add to other people. Now, regardless if it is good or bad, or everyone perceives it, you know, in the best ways, I can't control that. I really can't, you know? And you shouldn't. You can't. You're not supposed to. But if I am proud of it, if I'm okay with the music or the song or the course, then that's step number one. Create a good product for you, okay? And you can do that. So that's number one. Create a product. Create a good product. Now, number two, and the reason I'm putting this number two instead of going to the third one, which you'll understand in a second, is this second step or phase is kind of like a bridge between the two, okay? And this is because if you have not marketed something before, or maybe you're not sure if the product you created, is something you're proud of, like maybe let's just say you're proud of the product. Like I created a course. Let's say it's, because I've created multiple courses, guys. Like I've done this quite a few times. Let's say it was the very first course I created, or it was the very first song you created, or you know, whatever it is. And maybe you're proud of it, but you don't know, objectively speaking, if it is going to add value to people, right? Because like, as an example, like, you know, this may sound kind of mean or backwards, but like you can create a sandcastle as a 5-year-old and be super proud of it, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to add value to people, or it's, you know, quote unquote good. Does that make sense? I know I said don't worry about good or bad, but like, do you get that analogy? Like I can be 6 years old and create a sandcastle and be so stoked about the sandcastle, but it could just be like a little mush of like sand. Maybe you shouldn't market that. Does that make sense? So number two is really just to test the waters, I guess you could say. We'll call it that. We'll call number two, test the waters, because you guys know I don't script any of these videos. I have ideas, but I don't script them. So test the waters. And that in and of itself is simply with your product of whatever variable that is to you, clothing, music, course, it does not matter. Anything as a content creator. You are simply just showing this to your immediate family or close thereof. You know, so you're showing your friends before you launch it or market it. You're showing your friends that song. You're showing your friends or your family the song, the article of clothing. You're maybe bringing it up in conversation without them knowing, and you're testing the waters. You're seeing to the average person objectively in the population, like, can this bring value? Like, is this dope? Whatever it is, you know? And now you don't have to, like, you know, be super abrupt and be like, yo, guys, I'm going to market this in 2 days. Is this sick? Tell me now. Like, no, like, bring it up in discussion. So for me, as an example, the creator course, and now this is, you gotta be careful with this. Like, I made these creator courses because I knew myself through many years of trial and error, myself, other people, my immediate friend group, family, or people I was seeing a lot of issues, like a lot of problems with being a modern day content creator, and I aimed to solve those. Like, I found solutions that at least helped myself, and very interestingly enough, the people around me, without me even telling them. And that, to me, which is, it's very interesting, because my good friend Jesse and Philip, my two friends, which you guys know, it's very cool. Especially Jesse, we were talking lately. Before I told him, you know, what was in the course, which are they're called just make sure everything's good. Yeah, they're called the creator courses, the internal and external creator course. Before I told him tangibly, like physically, what's in the course, he had naturally been asking me these questions. You know, and things revolved around meditation or fitness, nutrition, you know, intermittent fasting, things which are all in the first section of the internal creator course. Personal growth, which are tactics to improve yourself, your well-being as a content creator before you produce stuff. So he was already asking me for advice or tips on these areas before I even told them, yo, this is all in the course. This is the first section in the course, which I found very cool. Or the second area, which was the second area of growth in the first course, which is craft growth. Many tactics on how to improve your craft or make it the best possible way you can. he was asking and trying and really doing these things without me telling him, yo, this is already in the course. So that was me. That was reassurance to myself. Basically, life saying, yes, David, this course is good. Like, it is of value to people. People will want this. And I knew that subconsciously, but by me testing the waters, and I didn't even mean to, that reassured to myself, okay, this is good. So if you're a musician, I hope that made sense. If you're a musician, maybe it is playing it to your family. Playing the song to your family. Maybe you don't even have to tell them that you're going to release it, but just play it without maybe even them noticing, right? Or tell them, your family, your friends, and let them know, like, do they like it? Is it doable? And if it is, then you move to phase 3. Excuse me, I'm going to burp. All right. So you then move on to phase 3. Now, phase 3 itself is, ba-da-ba-da-boom, that is to market the product. That's simple. Market the product, which is, I know what you guys have all been waiting for. Now, bit of disclosure before we market the product, okay? What if the product wasn't well received? Because I know there are going to be some people being like, well, dude, you know, my family hated the song, my friends hated the song, this course isn't good. This kind of goes back to the prior, you know, it's going to be very subjective, you know, whether you want to take this the full way to the end, which is stage 3 of, like, whether you want to market this or not, you know, because if you guys create a product or a course, and I get it, man, like, I plan on having a clothing line down the road, and, like, you can watch people with clothing lines. I have friends with clothing lines. You know, not every article of clothing they create is, like, the best. Like, maybe there was a gimmick or a screw up or it just wasn't the best. David, do I market that or do I not do it, okay? This comes back to the prior, which is why I stated, interestingly enough, create a product that you're proud of, that you like. You got to ask yourself this. You really have to have a tough conversation with yourself. Is this product, even though maybe it's not perfect and it's not the best received through family or friends, do you yourself, are you still honestly proud of this? If you are proud of it, move to phase 3, which is market it. Like, you're in full ignition. Like, you're going to market this, you're going to launch this, you're going to put this on blast, right? But you got to ask yourself if you're going to do that. If you're not proud of it enough, then, I mean, to be honest, I'd probably still market it, not going to lie. Like, I would still put yourself on, but it's going to depend. Like, it's going to depend, like, you know, there's a lot of variables, guys, that go into this. Like, how are you asking for a lot of money? Is this, like, so I'm going to leave that up to you. If you're proud of it, move to phase 3. If you're not proud of it, if you are not proud of it, then I would not market it. I don't think I would have created it in the first place if I wasn't proud of it. But if you're not proud of it, then I probably wouldn't market it. Again, depending if you're asking for money or things. If it's for free, then fuck it, dude. Just fucking give it. Say, yo, check this out. It's not the best, but, like, hey, man, I tried, and there you go. It's my first time. Boom. What's the harm in that, right? If you're asking for a lot of money, then, you know, maybe not. Anyways, I digress. We are on to phase or step 3, which is to market the product. Now, the reason I put this number 3 instead of number 1 is simply because number 3, which I spoke of in the podcast, the latter, or the finale, marketing, believe it or not, is actually the easiest. It is the simplest step, right? And I'm going to market my courses in a second. I've been doing it throughout this, whether you knew it or not, and I will in a second. The reason I say it's the easiest is because it should and will happen naturally if the first 2 steps prior were done correct. Does that make sense? So with the courses as an example, I've marketed them. I will continue to market them because the first 2 steps. 1, it was a good product. I'm proud of it. And 2, I've tested the waters. I know it can help or add value or be interesting in whatever regard to society, to your friend group, to your family, to strangers, whatever. Those first 2 steps I knew, therefore the third step is actually the easiest. It's the cherry on top, right? Marketing itself, guys, and this may be very subjective and, you know, may trigger some people because it's controversial, at least in my opinion, and again, take this with a grain of salt because I'm not saying I'm a marketing expert. I didn't go to school for any of this or anything. I'm an entrepreneur, okay? Like, I've started, dropped, succeeded, failed, multiple businesses, okay? Like, I'm just going off my experience. Marketing, if you do it right, in my opinion, is not difficult. And I say that because if your first 2 prior are done correct, then it's almost effortless. It almost flows, right? If I know that the product's good and I know that it can help people, so I know it's good and I know it can help people, then marketing that isn't really too tricky. Because I know it can help you. It's kind of just like if you like you know, it's silly, but it's so true. Just make it still recording. If you went to a burrito spot, right? There's a place called Mucho Burrito close to me. If I went to a burrito spot and I know the burrito's good. Like, I bought the burrito, I ate it, and it was like amazing. I'm gonna have a very little problem marketing that or recommending, which is marketing that, you know, word of mouth, to my friends. I'm going to say, hey, man, have you ever been to Mucho before? And they're going to say, no, man, what's that? I'm going to say, bro, you've never been there? They're like the best burritos in Pickering, bro. They're amazing. They're like healthy for you. They're so filling. It's close by. The prices are pretty good. And I'm saying that because the first two were on point. Does that make sense? It was a good fucking burrito. It's very easy to recommend that to your friends. And you got to view marketing the exact same way, because it is. It's no different. Like, me shouting out that burrito is marketing, whether you're aware of that or not. I just recommended that to my friends. Burritos. Well, if you can have the mindset and apply that to your craft as a content creator, right, your product, by having a good shirt, clothing designer, let's just say, by having a good shirt and knowing that people will like it, you have no problem putting it out there, right? Does that make sense? It's like the burrito analogy. You'll say, yo, guys, you haven't, checked out my new clothing company, or you haven't checked out, this thing or this thing. Like, come on, what are you doing? Like, it's amazing. I know it's going to help. That's how I am with these courses, right? Or more things I create down the road. Courses, coaching, like, that's why I'm able to do it. Does that make sense to you guys? So we're at about 17 minutes now. Oh, was I leaning over here? Was I not directly in the center? Damn it, that's gonna screw with my OCD, man. Okay, well, you know what? Screw it, it's okay. So that's really it, guys. 3 ways to market yourself as a content creator. And that is number 1, to create a product you are proud of. Okay? Every product you create, you should be proud of. Even if it's not the best, you should be proud of it from where you're at. Right? I created a music video a little while back. It was my first legitimate music video, even though I've shot hundreds, if not thousands, of smaller videos. That was the first music video I made, and I was very proud of it. Very proud. Was it the best? Like, if I look back to it 5 years down the road, is it going to be the best? No, probably not. But at that time, I was very proud of it. Number 1. Number 2, show the music video. I showed it to Philip. I showed it to Carly, the girl who was in it, maybe my family, and I tested out the waters. And they loved it. So I was like, all right, cool. And then number 3, I marketed it. And I marketed this shit out of it. And I said, hey, guys, check out my music video. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. It's called Moment by Philip and me. It's a fucking dope song, and it's a dope music video. I'm so stoked on it, man. And you see, like, that's naturally coming because the first 2 steps. So I'm going to finish it there because I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but that is my take on marketing, or how you should market yourself as a content creator, regardless of the size you're at. I don't give 2 shits how much money you have, how many followers you have. Marketing in and of itself is the same thing. Like, you can be marketing a multi-million-dollar budget Hollywood movie, or you could be marketing a lens cap. It's the exact same thing. Dude, what do you mean you don't have a lens cap, bro? Do you know how well these protect your camera? Do you actually want dust and scratches on your lens? Do you know how much that costs to get that replaced? This is $5, bro. Not even $2. You get this, bro. What do you mean you don't have this? I carry this with me everywhere. In fact, I actually have a couple. You need this, man, 100%. Trust me, because I care about you, and I don't want you to damage your lens like that. It's not worth it. I just marketed the shit out of this. You market anything, dude. And that's simply because I'm going off on a horse. You know it works. I believe in it. It's a good thing. And I do, like, you need... If you don't have a lens cap, get a lens cap. Like, it's not worth scratching your lens. I've done that. I've basically had to replace lenses. I actually have. I've had to get attachments and shit. Don't do it. It's a pain. I had to unscrew shit and put bolts in and order it, and it took like 2 weeks to come in. Just protect it. Like, the front and the back of your lens. For real, protect it. Like, put this on. Be gentle with it. There you go. Okay? So, I hope that helped. 20 minutes. If it did, give it a thumbs up, like, guys, leave some comments down below on what more videos you want to see as content creators, guys. This is Creator Coaching Academy, or that's one of the businesses. This is David Hammond's YouTube channel, but I do this. And that's it. So yeah, like, comment, all that stuff. And I am going to finish it here, guys, with, if you guys did like this video, I would definitely 100, like, without a doubt, if you've made it to the end of this video, there is honestly no reason why you should not download the free creator course intro. It is a creator course intro. It is a half-an-hour long video course, okay, explaining everything we speak of here, except in the 4 areas of growth, which will explain everything there. It explains these topics, but much more in detail in that course. It's completely free. First link down below. It's half an hour. You guys are going to love it. It's like an online university. And it used to be charged, but it is free now because of the other two courses, the internal creator course and the external creator course, which again, you guys will love. They will, if you are a content creator, man, and you're beginning, you want to get on YouTube or Instagram or create a product or anything, man, I do not give two shits. Get these courses. Trust me, man. Trust me on this, guys. I got you. And I'm going to continue to market these because I know they will help, bro. I wish I had these courses 5 years ago when I started this whole crazy journey. Like, if I just had a bit of clarity to understand, you know, a bit more on this social media, you know, content creation world, in a second, man. They're affordable. I think they're too cheap, to be honest. But, I mean, you can find it for yourself. They're around 24 US. They are 24 US each. You can get a bundle for 44. And you guys are going to love it. So, I'm going to finish there. There's my marketing plug, which didn't even feel like a plug because 1 and 2, I gotta digress. You guys get it. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope it helped. I love you all. I will see you guys all in the next video. Creator Chat, and with that, thank you so much for everything. The last little bit, guys, is do check out the podcast. Okay, if you like this, check out the podcast because I was referencing that. Check that out. You can listen to this, except it was an hour long, as well as tons of other episodes helping you guys. It's completely free with content creation, just like this. Okay, except much longer. So. Always linked down below, and check out the course, the free creator course intro, which basically sets up the internal and the external. It's like it's prop, you know, it explains, it's the preface, and then you can get these two, but it's free, and this alone will help you. So that is it. I can talk forever because I love talking. I love talking to you guys, even though I'm talking to a camera. I still love it. That is it. Thank you guys so much for everything. I will talk to you in the next one. Till then, much love. Leave a comment on the next video you want me to cover or shoot me a DM, and I will definitely consider it. Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much. As always, links down below. Till then, peace.